See, a law essentially has three features. It is a codification of expected conduct. It is enacted formally by the governing authority. सरकार लॉ बनाती है और उसको enact कौन करता है? सरकार करती है, ठीक है, फॉर्मली, मतलब लेजिस्लेचर से हो या फिर कैबिनेट से हो, एग्जीक्यूटिव वे पे या फिर लेजिस्लेटिव वे पे उसको फॉर्मली एनेक्ट करती है. और क्या है? डेविएशन फ्रॉम द प्रोविजन ऑफ लॉ शैल अट्रैक्ट पेनल एक्शन. अगर आप डेविएट करते हो, इफ आर नॉट एडहरिंग इट और वायोलेटिंग इट, सो ऑब्वियसली विल गेट पनिशमेंट. सो ये तीन फीचर होता है. द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन एथिक्स एंड लॉ इज ऑलवेज ए ट्रिकी वन. एथिक्स वर्सेस एंड लॉ का ये टॉपिक है, क्वेश्चन यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट. So the relationship between ethics and law is always a tricky one. Ideally, law should lay down conduct that is good for individual as well as society. Law क्या करता है? एक law पे जो human के expected behavior होना चाहिए for the betterment of the society as well as the individual, वही law पे होता है. Law should reward such behavior and punish deviations from the same. अगर behavior law के हिसाब से आप कर रहे हो तो it will reward, or else if you deviate from the law you will get punishment. This would mostly happen in democratic governments or sometimes even in benevolent dictatorship. ये कहीं ना कहीं डेमोक्रेसी जो डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट्स है जैसे कि इंडिया, वहां पे होता है. थोड़ा बहुत डिक्टेटरशिप. बेनेवोलेंट मतलब इट्स अ पॉजिटिव वर्ड, अच्छा ही. बेनेवोलेंट मतलब इट्स अ गुड थिंग. डिक्टेटरशिप भी है लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं उतना उस लेवल का नहीं है, तो वहां पे भी दिस थिंग्स हैपन. लॉ के हिसाब से आपको चलना पड़ेगा. ओके. As the degree of democracy in governance increases, law marches towards ethics. जितना डेमोक्रेसी बढ़ेगा, the degree of democracy बढ़ेगा गवर्नेंस में, उतना ही लॉ उतना ही पास जाएगा towards ethics. This is because in an extremely democratic government setup, public shall have the right to overthrow the governing authorities in case an unethical law is enacted. अगर कोई भी सरकार, if any government brings a law which is very unethical, so obviously in a democratic government after 5 years the government will change. People will not vote because the people are the supreme power. They are the source of power. Okay. But in other cases there are high chances that the laws are made for selfish gains of some community. In such cases the law that is supposed to promote justice would only engender injustice. मतलब the opposite of this. अगर आप कोई भी एक लॉ बनाते हो जो कि एक पर्टिकुलर कम्युनिटी के लिए सेल्फिश गेन्स फॉर ए कम्युनिटी, तो इन सच केसेस इनजस्टिस होगा, राइट? तो द लॉ, जो कि एक लॉ क्या होता है? जस्टिस प्रमोट करने के लिए होता है. बट इफ यू डू अनएथिकल, सो ऑब्वियसली इट विल बी अ काइंड ऑफ इनजस्टिस, राइट? लॉज एनेक्टेड बाय नाजी रेजिम अगेंस्ट द ज्यूज वर नॉट एथिकल, जो कि हम वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री में पढ़ते हैं. ओके. दे वर नॉट एथिकल इन नेचर. Similarly, laws that permitted and regulated slavery and human trafficking in ancient Europe were not ethical. See, slavery was a very common feature in our ancient and medieval times. वो एक law था लेकिन वो ethical नहीं था, right? From an ethics point of view, slavery is not ethical, right? It is unethical. So ये जो example आप दे रहे हो, that is law versus ethics. It means laws are not always ethical in nature. There are laws that can be unethical also. Example is slavery. Even human trafficking उस time पे, during those times, it was legal, but not ethical. In Indian context, scores of laws enacted by the British to exploit Indian wealth, like doctrine of lapse, were not ethical in nature. जितना भी laws था उस time पे, they were not ethical in nature. खास करके जो we had the laws made by the British. Okay, fine. Next is laws in Catholic countries that prohibit abortions, even if abortion is needed to save the life of mother, are not ethical. तो एक abortion का topic जो हमारा current affairs में भी है, we have abortion topics in current affair. That is the MTP Act. MTP Act recently amend हुआ है. So that is also a very clear case of a law versus ethics. क्योंकि अगर आप example abortion का लोगे, if you take the abortion case, that is recently the pregnancy termination of pregnancy act, recently एक amendment हुआ है जो कि न्यूज में है. See, the thing is, abortion means what? Abortion means you are killing that child. So in that sense, it is unethical. because एक child को you are आप मार रहे हो, so that is unethical because a life is getting destroyed here. But on the other side, everybody has a right to decide, right to individual का right होता है to decide. So it is always a debate. It is always a debate. So from ethics point of view, abortion is unethical because a life is getting destroyed. But yes, there are laws also. So always laws versus ethics. You can laws versus ethics. You can give these examples. You can give the examples of slavery. Okay, you can give this example also. Fine. Okay, the above argument should not lead one to conclude that ethics is the source of law and not the other way around also. हम यहाँ से ये नहीं बोल सकते कि ethics is the source of law or law is the source of ethics. Nothing like that. Whenever the ethics of an action or a decision or a conduct is obscure, law can always be resorted to ascertain the same. अगर कोई भी एक एक्शन एथिकल नहीं है, आपका एक डिसीजन, आपका एक कंडक्ट एथिकल नहीं है, तो उस टाइम पे उसको एथिक्स में लाने के लिए व्हाट यू कैन डू इज द गवर्नमेंट कैन ब्रिंग ए लॉ, क्योंकि लॉ से एक फियर रहता है. वी हैव ए फियर ऑफ व्हाट, वी हैव ए फियर ऑफ पनिशमेंट. सो दैट फियर से व्हाट हैपेंस इज वी स्टार्ट बिहेविंग इन एथिकल वे इन द फियर ऑफ दैट पनिशमेंट और द फियर ऑफ दैट लॉ. ठीक है, द लॉ डिजर्व्स टू बी वैलिड yardstick to decide whether an action or decision or conduct is ethical because of the following reasons. Law is thoroughly deliberated by learned man. जो आदमी पढ़ा लिखा है तो ऑब्वियसली उसको कहीं ना कहीं it will adhere to it. It is vetted by public representatives in most cases. खास करके पब्लिक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स मतलब जो लीडर्स होते हैं, जो पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स होते हैं, पब्लिक के जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स होते हैं, दे डू इट राइट. दे आर आल्सो इंस्टीट्यूशंस लाइक जुडिशियरी टू एंश्योर दैट लॉ शुड नॉट हार्म एनीवन्स बेनाइन इंटरेस्ट. जुडिशियरी भी है, जुडिशियरी जो कि हमेशा ये देखेगी कि लॉ सही है या नहीं. Okay, you can go to the judiciary to if someone is infringing, if the government or the state is infringing your fundamental rights. ठीक है, to illustrate, a person, suppose a person is buying movie tickets in bulk in advance and selling the same at a higher price. This can be looked as first is business. क्यों? क्योंकि ये किसी को हार्म नहीं कर रहा है. It is not compelling anyone to buy a ticket at higher price. किसी के ऊपर फोर्स नहीं कर रहा है. The viewer has also a chance to buy the same ticket at the counter. उसके पास भी चांस होता है. This person comes early and has invested his time in it. वो जल्दी जाता है, फिर वहां से पहले से टिकट ले लेता है. तो ये एक बिजनेस के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से अगर देखोगे तो ये अनएथिकल नहीं लग रहा. It does not seem to be unethical if you see it from a business point of view. Denial of right of citizens to watch movies at a lower price. See, but this person has appropriated limited tickets and thus has skewed the chances of others to get tickets. ये एक negative point है. So in this case, the society does not have a collective opinion as to whether it is correct or not. Then what we can resort to law in operation. If the law prohibits this business, then it is unethical. If the law permits it, then it is ethical. जब यहाँ पे dilemma है कि it is not harming anyone, on a larger extent it's not harming anyone, तो उस टाइम पे हम क्या कर सकते हैं? All these kind of things we can bring a law. If the law allows it, then it is okay. If the law does not allow it, then it is not okay. It means it is not ethical. All the businesses run by middlemen are the same as above, so far as ethical treatment is concerned. Okay, so this example also you can give.